This guy here is my iPhone 17 Pro Max cinema rig setup. It's the iPhone rig that I used to shoot my recent shot on iPhone short film Singer, and it's a rig that I love to use in a lot of commercial productions, but when I really want to rig out the iPhone to make it the most capable, productive cinema tool I can use it for, this is the rig I go for. So today I want to break this down and show you the various configurations that I have it in. It's not just this configuration, it's a couple others as well. So we'll pull it all apart, start from scratch, and I'll show you how this thing works and how I shoot movies with my iPhone. Okay, so starting off with the phone itself, this is my iPhone 17 Pro Max. It's the 1TB model. We need a cage for it. And the cage of choice that I have is this guy. This is the B-Script cage from B-Script, and it's for the 17 Pro Max. It's not the universal one, it's just specifically for the 17 Pro Max. I've got a couple of little attachments on it already. I've got this L-shape NATO rail attachment here, so it adds a NATO rail on the bottom of the phone and then also on the top, and I'll show you why I've done that later. But we can put the phone in for the first time, so all I need to do is remove this tab here, take open the safety cage, or the net I like to call it, and then I can drop the phone in just like that. It'll stay, which is really good. So then afterwards we'll then flip the phone back over, put the two prongs here at the bottom, and then close it shut. I always like to add a few attachments onto the front of the phone, whether it's an ND filter, a lens, or sometimes even if it's nothing. I like to make sure that I do have a plate here. And the plate I'll use for this build out and what we use in Singer is this 37mm lens plate, and that's from B-Script as well. Put the plate in like that, and it locks into place, and then use this twisty knob thing on the right. So because I shoot in OpenGate ProRes RAW HQ, I want to make sure to get some external storage on the device. So I'll add in this cold shoe mount attachment. Looks like a bit of a T shape, but that'll just go onto the back of the phone here. It will take up the MagSafe area, but I don't typically use MagSafe with my rigging setups because I want things to be a little bit more secure. But essentially what I'll do is grab these two screws here, just like that there, make sure they're tightened, and we're good to go. So it looks something like that. So what I'll do next is then grab my SSD clamp attachment, which is also from B-Script. It's got a cold shoe mount on the bottom just here. And then if I slide this over here, you can see that this will just slide on like so. In fact, I'll put it this way and I'll show you why in a second. So there's the SSD clamp on there, and you can move it up and down on the iPhone depending on what positioning you'd like. So for example, if I wanted to get an SSD hub like the Lexi SSD, I could also put that here. And then I'll grab my T7 SSD. Now, as I mentioned, I do sometimes use like the Lexi SSD or like a Planck SSD, but this SSD here from Samsung, I always rely on because it has really fast read and write speed, so I won't have any data loss or things like that. And then afterwards, what I like to do is get a really small USB-C cable, like this one here. I think it's about 15 centimeters. It's super high bandwidth as well. And there you go, SSD is all attached. It's looking pretty big now, but this is one of the bigger builds that I would do with my iPhone. Not for all of my short films, but definitely for some of them where I have a bit more time and structure where I don't have to be moving the phone around as much. Now, speaking of moving the phone around, it is looking a little bit awkward here at the moment because I don't have a handle, and that's exactly what this L-shaped NATO rail is doing here on the side. Essentially, I'll bring over this NATO handle here, and there we go. I have a nice, secure iPhone setup now. If I did want to add a second handle on the right-hand side, I can use this RT mount. And the cool thing I do like about this arm in particular is that it does actually set back a little bit from the iPhone itself, which means the port is freed up. So if I've got someone that's right-handed or prefers to use the other hand, there is the rig with the handle on that side. Now, one quick thing before I move to the front element of the lens is that sometimes I do like to attach a DJI mic. For this setup here, I didn't need one. I just used the mics internally on the iPhone 17 Pro to record scratch audio for Singer, and then we use waveform to match the audio in post with our sound recorders files. But if I did want to use like a wireless mic, I could add it here on this NATO kind of attachment point here or on the cage there as well. So there's a few options there too, which you can see. Now let's go over to the lens. I attached the 37mm mount here, which means I can attach a 37mm filter thread lens. It's the 1.7 times crop telephoto lens from B-Script. It's probably my favorite lens out of any of the lenses that I have because it is optically fantastic, and it also is a really good size and weight too. And then from there, I like to add the B-Script ND filter, which just screws on like that. So I can adjust the ND easily now, just like so, and that enables me full control. Now, I don't always use lenses. In fact, with Singer, I think around about 50% of the film was shot just with the native iPhone lens. And what I love about the Beast Grip rigs here is that I can easily take the whole lens plate off like that, and I can put on this filter mount instead. So the filter attachment looks a bit like that. Then what I can do is I can put on their 58mm to 77mm filter adapter, and then I can put on my main ND filter. So yeah, that's pretty much my rig. Apart from that, I can add on other adapters that will add more USB-C ports if I wanted to add power and a microphone and some other material, but I don't typically really need to use those things, especially with my preferred setup. It looks more like this. If you have any questions at all, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. I'll have all the links for all these products in the description as well too, plus a lot of behind the scenes articles about how we shoot our shot on iPhone short films and all the information that you might need. But until next time, have a wonderful day, stay safe, and of course, do take care.